Brothers and sisters in Islam, and dearest youngsters in Islam, let me tell you of a man that I have looked up to the entirety of my life. I have looked up to this person for the entirety of my life. A man that I dream of meeting one day on Yawm al-Qiyamah bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. A man, when I felt alienated in college for being a Muslim and standing up for my principles and standing up for my values, I thought of this man. A man who wasn't just a warrior, wasn't just a lion, but in the battle of Uhud, he fought with two swords, ambidextrous. He fought with two swords, one in each hand, and he would say, "Ana asadullahi wa asadu rasulih." I am the lion of Allah, and I am the lion of the Prophet. Dearest brothers and sisters in Islam, I speak of a man that we are indebted to, every one of us, for his bravery. A man by the name of Hamza ibn Abd al-Muttalib radiyallahu ta'ala an. The man, because of his bravery, the ummah found strength. This was a man, ya ikhwatil kiram, when the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam was ridiculed by Abu Jahl, and Abu Jahl struck our Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam on the head with a rock, and his blessed head bled out, and nobody reciprocated. Hamza bin Abd al-Muttalib hears, and he charges at Abu Jahl, and he comes up to him and he says, "Tashtimu ibn akhi wa ana ala dini?" You ridicule my nephew, and I am on his religion. And he took his bow, and he smashed the face of Abu Jahl. And Abu Jahl could do nothing, though he bled out, and though he was beaten ferociously by Hamza. But Abu Jahl did nothing, because who stood in front of him was Hamza radiyallahu ta'ala an. This was the man, ya ikhwatil kiram, in the early days of Mecca, when Hamza became a Muslim, but the Muslims were still few in number. Scared, few, du'afa, weak. They would gather in a place, in a home, to try and emulate the deen of Allah. They would try and practice the deen of Allah Ta'ala, read a little bit of Quran, practice a little bit of Quran. Umar, the great man Umar, he was not a Muslim yet. He comes to the door. Hamza is there. The Muslims are there. Umar radiallahu anhu, at this time not a Muslim. He comes and he knocks on the door. And the Muslim, one of them, they come to the door and look at the peeps. They look through the cracks. And they see Umar standing there with his sword. They begin to quiver. The one Muslim says to the other, "Umar is coming. Umar is here." They panic. They're frantic. And Hamza says, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Let him come in. Let Umar come in. If he comes in and he comes with goodness, بَذَلْنَاهُ لَهُ, we'll give him goodness. And if he comes here and he wants evil, then we will kill him with his own sword." Ya ikhwatil kiram, Ya ikhwatil kiram, when I say to you, because of this man's bravery, the ummah found strength, I mean it. For the first time ever, the Muslims were now able to pray in public, because either Umar or Hamza was one who was in front and one was in the back. And now the entire Quraysh would see the Muslims praying in front of the Kaaba, and they did nothing, because there was Hamza, there was Umar, who stood strong. Ya ikhwatil kiram, who did the Prophet ﷺ select to build morale of the Muslims and fight courageously when it came time to duel with the enemy in battle? Armies would duel in the beginning before battles would initiate, to build the morale of their army that they would represent. Who did the Prophet ﷺ select? قُمْ يَا حَمْزَةَ قُمْ يَا حَمْزَةَ حَمْزَةُ ibn Abd al-Muttalib, stand O Hamza. قُمْ يَا عُبَيْدَةَ, stand O Ubaidah. قُمْ يَا Ali ibn Abi Talib, stand O Ali. This was the man, ya ikhwatil kiram, when he would go into battle, he would stitch a large ostrich feather on his chest, so it can be known, I am Hamza, and I'm stepping into battle. You want to find me? You'll find me. You want to know where I am? I'm going to tell you where I am. Come at me if you want to come at me. Ya ikhwatil kiram, I don't mention a man like this on this blessed day for no reason. I mention him, and I can mention countless other brave men and brave women in our history, and it's because I want you to know something very specific. Your deen did not come to you via cowards. Your deen did not come to you by people who practice Islam on the side. Your deen did not come to you by people who practice Islam casually. Your deen did not come to you by people who would take their religion as play. Your deen came to you by people who lived for a higher objective. They lived for the sake of Allah Ta'ala, and they were brave enough to die for it if they needed to die for it. Ya ikhwatil kiram, this is the legacy of Muslims that we inherited. This is the legacy of Muslims that we inherited. Muslims are of two types. They've always been of two types. The vast majority is of the first type, the one that lives for 60 years, 70 years, and they do not make a dent in the ummah. And then the second type, they are the torchbearers of Islam. They are the ambassadors of Islam. They are the people whom the ummah as an entirety finds strength in. They are the people whom the ummah relies on. They are the people. They are the mothers that would produce giants. They are the youth that would stand for their principles and their values, and they would not sacrifice it for anything. Ya ikhwatil kiram, my dearest brothers and sisters in Islam, Deen, and especially the young Muslims, Deen did not come to you accidentally. Deen didn't come to you by accident. Deen came to elevate you, and Deen came to you so you may elevate the people around you. Do you know how many women, this is a fact, do you know how many women begin to wear hijab because they see somebody else in their family member, from among their family members, to start wearing hijab? Do you know how many young Muslims, young females, begin to start wearing hijab because they notice somebody else in the community began to wear hijab, and so that encourages them? Do you know how many people, ya ikhwatil kiram, that started praying their salawat because somebody in their family started praying salawat? Somebody in the community started praying salawat, and it encouraged them. Do you know how many groups of friends stopped backbiting, stopped gossiping, because it took one person to say, look, we can't do this. We can't do that. Whether it's in the month of Ramadan or outside of the month of Ramadan, people change, but it requires people. It requires men, and it requires true women who carry this legacy of Islam. Ya ikhwatil kiram, do not downplay the role that you have. Do not downplay the role that you have in the ummah. You need to be convinced of this religion, and it needs to penetrate your heart first and foremost. Then you need to have the bravery to practice it and follow it and defend it, and once you do it, then spread it to everybody that you know. This is what it means to carry the legacy of Islam. This is what it means to carry the legacy of the Muslimin. This is what it means to carry the legacy of the Sahaba. And wallahi, you do this, you may not be known in the world, but wallahi, you are like the stars that shine in the night sky. Nobody may know you, but you are well known in the skies, because you are not just a Muslim, you are a torchbearer of Islam. You are an ambassador of Islam. I end with this ayah, an ayah I've mentioned previously in a khutbah, but this is one of my favorite ayat. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says, يُرِيدُونَ لِيُطْفِئُوا نُورَ اللَّهِ بِأَفْوَاهِهِمْ. Yuridun. Who? What do they want? They want to extinguish the nur of Allah. They want to extinguish the light of Allah. This flame that burns, they want it to extinguish. يُرِيدُونَ لِيُطْفِئُوا نُورَ اللَّهِ بِأَفْوَاهِهِمْ, based off of what they say, how they talk evil, what they say about our brothers and sisters in Gaza, what they speak about us and our identity. But what does Allah Ta'ala say? وَاللَّهُ مُتِمُّ نُورِهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. But Allah Ta'ala will allow for that nur to complete. He will allow for that flame to burn. وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. Even if the disbelievers hate it. My brothers and sisters in Islam, how beautiful is it if Allah Ta'ala uses you for that flame to burn? How beautiful would it be if Allah Ta'ala selected you to propel this religion forward? It's going to be propelled, no matter what. Am I going to be from among those people though? Am I going to be from among those people? And are you going to be from among those people? We ask Allah Ta'ala to make us from among them. وَأَقُولُ قَوْلِ هَذَا وَأَسْتَغْفِرُ اللَّهَ لِي وَلَكُمْ وَاسْتَغْفِرُوهُ إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi ala ihsanih, والشكر له على توفيقه وامتنانه، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له تعظيما لشأنه، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله الداعي إلى رضوانه. يقول الله عز وجل يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا Muhammad وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. My message now is for parents. Ya ikhwati al-kiram, let your children see the bravery in you. Let your children see the bravery in you. Let them get a taste of what bravery looks like so they can apply it in their life. Take the pay cut and lose your job if you have to, if it means that you leave an insurance company because it doesn't line up with our values as a Muslim, or countries that support the production of weaponry that goes to kill our brothers and sisters. Leave the jobs that are unethical. Show your children what bravery means when you might be struck with poverty, but you do it for the sake of Allah. Ya ikhwat al-kiram, show your children. Stop selling lottery in your gas stations. Stop doing it. So your children know that you have values, you have principles. It doesn't matter what happens, but I'm not going to disobey Allah Ta'ala. Be brave. Let your children see it. Ya ikhwat al-kiram. Let your children taste His bravery. Start praying outside. Start letting your children know that this is a religion that we are proud of. We're not going to wither away because of societal pressures. Ya ikhwati al-kiram, let your daughters see you struggle and wear hijab. Let them see you dress modestly and struggle with it. But let them know that this is what a person does who is a Muslim, who is a torchbearer of Islam, who is an ambassador of Islam, who inherits this religion and this legacy. Ya ikhwati al-kiram, start bringing up Islam in your get-togethers where Islam is never brought up. Do it. And let your children know that you do it so they see what bravery looks like. Ya ikhwati al-kiram, let your children see you come for Fajr. Let your children see you come for Isha in the masjid. Let them see you, ya ikhwati al-kiram. Wallahi, we owe it to our kids to be good role models. Let them see what Islam means to you. They need a taste of bravery for them to know what it looks like in their own life. Ya ikhwati al-kiram, there is no real link between parents and children, a father and his son or his daughter, a mother and her son and her daughter, if there is no link of Islam. There is no true link. This link is not protected by their education, though education is important. This link is not protected by anything other than religion. It's not protected by the inheritance that you give to your children. It is only protected by religion. Did not Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, when his own son drowned, did he not call out to Allah Ta'ala and say, فَقَالَ رَبِّي إِنَّ بْنِي مِنْ أَهْلِي, my child is from my family, Ya Allah. My own son, this is Nuh, the man who spent 950 years of Islam being a torchbearer of Islam and spreading deen, and his own son. He says to Allah Azza wa Jal, my own son was not protected, was not saved. Ya Allah, what does Allah Azza wa Jal say to Nuh? إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ مِنْ أَهْلِكَ. He's not from your family. إِنَّهُ عَمَلٌ غَيْرُ صَالِحٍ. He doesn't have righteous actions. He does not have righteous actions. We are in a time, ya ikhwati al-kiram, and this is my message to you. We are in a time where we need to cultivate bravery in the ummah. We need to cultivate courage in the ummah. Courage to stand up for principles that we have. Courage to stand up for the values that we have. Courage to stand up for the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal that we have inherited. This legacy that we have inherited. If we do not teach our children courage, the world will teach them fear. If we do not teach our children principles, the world will teach them what is convenient. You choose. It is your progeny. It is your progeny and your children. And wallahi, we all know this for a fact. Islam can be lost, you don't even need 10 generations. You don't even need 5. You can lose Islam in a single generation. Be a torchbearer, ya ikhwati al-kiram, young and old, man, female. Be a torchbearer of Islam. Be an ambassador of Islam. This is what our religion teaches us. We ask Allah Ta'ala for His tawfiq. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina wa Habibina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. We ask Allah Ta'ala for faraj for the ummah. We ask Allah Ta'ala to make it easy, just as we rejoice here today and we rejoice with our families and we go home and we spend time with them. Many of our brothers and sisters don't have families to go to. Our brothers in China who have not been able to pray Salat al-Taraweeh because of the oppression. We prayed it and we, subhanAllah, we barely prayed it. And they're begging Allah Ta'ala to pray and they can't even go to the masajid. We ask Allah Ta'ala to make it easy for our brothers and sisters in Gaza, in Sudan. We ask Allah Ta'ala to make it easy on our brothers and sisters in Yemen. We ask Allah Ta'ala to make it easy on our brothers in all places where the Muslims are being oppressed. We ask Allah Ta'ala for His faraj, for us, for them. We ask Allah Ta'ala to make this a blessed day. لبيك اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر أعداءك أعداء الدين. اللهم أنجِ المستضعفين من المسلمين في كل مكان يا رب العالمين، واحمي حوزة الإسلام واجمع كلمة المسلمين على الحق يا رب العالمين. اللهم تقبل منا طاعتنا يا الله. We ask Allah to accept our righteous actions that we did in this blessed month of Ramadan. تقبل الله منا طاعتنا، تقبل الله منا صيامنا وقيامنا وركوعنا وسجودنا وتلاوتنا وسائر أعمالنا. اللهم تقبل منا صدقاتنا، تقبل منا زكواتنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم فرج همومنا، آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. عباد الله اذكروا الله يذكركم واشكروه على نعم يزدكم ولذكر الله تعالى أولى وأجل والله يعلم ما تصنعون. عيدكم مبارك، عيدكم سعيد، تقبل الله منا ومنكم صالح الأعمال. كل عام وأنتم بخير.
Refreshments in the back and limited downstairs.
Everyone, there are refreshments in the back. There are limited refreshments downstairs.